Okay, here we go. The very first ever official, number 1 episode of The Commute. Hello! And it has been a shit show already. You wouldn't believe. I reckon the camera is gonna fall off, and this episode's gonna get half a shot from the fore. Today is a good example of pushing forward through all adversity until you can get done what you're intending to get done. The little suction cap thingy won't hold onto the windscreen. That's what happens when you spend $20 at the servo to buy one of those things. The suction sticky thing to hold the phone onto the attachment isn't working, or wasn't working before. It seems to be okay now. I woke up on time but didn't get my ass into gear straight away, so I'm a bit behind schedule. Just an absolute shit show, as they say. So, push through, kids. I said to myself, no, if I'm going to make this little project of the commute happen, I'm going to do it even when most of the camera is taken up by my knuckles. So, I don't even know what to talk about. Pushing through adversity? I don't know. That's something, I guess. Actually, I'm going to stick with that. The adversity that the world has at the moment. Not just personal and your individual, but the whole world. And the thing that I find interesting is that this kind of stuff has always happened. I recommend to absolutely everyone I ever meet, podcast listener or not, that they listen to Hardcore History by Dan Carlin. You cannot go wrong when it comes to long-form, awesome podcasts. He is a groundbreaker in the podcast theme. When they go back in time, there's been many sort of what is podcasting documentaries out, and there are now currently. But in the future, when they go back and they look at the original, like, what is podcasting, Dan Carlin will be one of the podcasts or podcasters who started this thing. He's one of the originals, one of the people that said, how about we do it like this? And it worked. The way he monetizes his show and all that kind of stuff is just brilliant. So check him out, Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. But when you listen to that show, you hear all these themes repeating. And it's that common phrase that a lot of people talk about, saying that that you've got to acknowledge the past or know of the past so that you don't repeat it in the future. And it's exactly what's happening right now. Having a group of quote-unquote savages running amok in the same area of the world that they always have. Let's not forget, where they are is one of the almost birthplaces of humanity according to standard history. And they've always said, no, you're doing the wrong thing by God, and blah, blah, blah. Anyone who knows me knows that I'm a firm believer that religion is stupid. Like a lot of people these days, I feel that the atheist movement and all that is continuing on to gain strength and strength. So I find all those kind of people, geez, feels cheap in some places. Not compared to 20 years ago, but still. These people have always done this. They've always come rampaging through, trying to convert people to their religion. And the reason I reference Dan Carlin is that he did an absolutely awesome series that everyone talks about Genghis Khan or Genghis Khan and the Khans, because it was called Wrath of the Khans, because Khan, I think, meant king or something like that. And they went across the world saying, oh, you don't know it yet, but you're actually already part of our empire. You're a servant of us already, and you don't know it yet. And if you don't come and work for us, then you're dead, because you're a servant of ours and we can tell you what to do, and we can kill you when we want. And they went across and apparently they hit Europe. They went from Asia to Europe on horse. just destroying everything and taking over. And maybe that's what America's doing at the moment. Going across the world saying, hey, democracy! They've done it with their culture via the internet and TV and stuff, sending American music all over the place and film. So much so that Australian kids here have American accents. It just... And they're getting over to the Middle East area, and they're coming up against people who are saying, no, we don't want any of you people in here. The Afghani area and the people have been puppets in a Cold War for the last 50 years or so. And obviously don't get too upset if I've got this incorrect, because I'm just rambling here as I drive. But back to the original thought that I had. This kind of adversity that the world, us as a global humanity, is fighting isn't enough to stop us, I don't think. Some form of humanity will continue. We will persevere. We will fight them on the beaches. No, wait. But we will. And this kind of stuff happens every bunch of years. And I genuinely feel like this might be World War III. North Korea's just exploded an H-bomb. What the hell? How has that group got a bomb like that? And I liked it. I saw an article about apparently the US flew a bomber over the top of them and just went, "Hey guys!" Just like, oh, it's such a dick move. Like, hey guys, check out our plane that can fly really far and carry atomic bombs. How you guys doing down there? That thing looks huge compared to the picture of it. The wingspan on that thing is genuinely a feat of engineering. Just magic. To make something that big that flies for that far, like across oceans and stuff. The concept of flying for so long that it's like a day of flying and you're in the air, you're just floating in the air there. That's amazing. But we can get through all this. Humanity will get through it. We individuals will die, and that's where then you can come into the whole group consciousness stuff. Does the individual matter? Do you and I matter? Do our little concerns? Oh, so-and-so at work is being mean to me. Oh, that customer was rude. I didn't get to watch all of my TV show. All of that kind of stuff. I don't know. I quite often try and think big picture, where you pull your image of the world and of yourself way back, and you look at the Earth and you think, you're sitting on the moon, you're like Dr. Manhattan, you're sitting on the moon looking at the Earth, and you've got all of time to think about it, and who gives a shit? Little Johnny fell over and scratched his knee. Doesn't matter in the slightest. In 100 years, Hitler will be remembered, but no one else. That's a generalisation. I should have said something like, Hitler will be remembered, but Lieutenant Johnson of the blah 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 regiment who died walking onto the beach or running onto the beach will not be remembered. And absolutely, that's the reason why we should remember him. Lieutenant Johnson. Here's to Lieutenant Johnson. That's a little bit of a rambling. We will get through this adversity. We will push through. I will put out episodes of The Commute every day. Thank you very much for making it all this way, almost on 10 minutes. BobbyFreakout@gmail.com. Send me an email. Please comment, like, subscribe. You know what to do. You've watched a YouTube video before. Any tips, thoughts, send me an email with a little short video, 30 seconds long, of you saying hi. I'll try and include some of them in the future. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Thanks, bye.